Hey, all you Wayne State pre-meds out there. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. Um, this message is going out today to students who are looking at applying in 2020 for the 2021 class. I know that there's been a lot of confusion and uncertainty with the AAMC canceling multiple MCAT dates. And the AAMC is telling us that they are going to do their best to provide additional testing dates as early in the cycle as possible. But we do know that with the application opening next month on May 4th, that there will be quite a few students who are hoping to apply early but don't have an MCAT score at the time that they want to submit their application. So I wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about something called applying blind. Now, there are some things we know about applying to medical school. The first one is that it's very competitive and that students who are first-time applicants have a higher rate of acceptance than reapplicants. The second thing we know is that it's an incredibly expensive prospect. If you want to learn more about that, you can follow us on Instagram and see one of our rising M1s who talks about her journey and how much money she spent on the route to being accepted to medical school for this summer. So our goal as an office is to help students apply when they are most competitive and spend their resources wisely. One technique that can come into play is applying blind. What that means is you get your application entirely ready to go. You do your transcript entry, you fill out your personal information, you write your personal statement, and you do all your activity write-ups. At this point, you may still be also preparing to take your MCAT. Let's say you have a late June date or your April MCAT got canceled and now you're looking at taking your test in July. You can go ahead and submit your prepared application in AMCAS to one medical school. And it's really important when you select this school that it is not a school you care anything about. What's going to happen is when you apply to that medical school and you spend your set $170, the application process begins in terms of getting your application verified. This process can take usually 4 to 6 weeks. This year, the AAMC is telling us they anticipate it will be closer to the 6-week timeline because of everyone having to work remotely, both at your undergraduate institution to send out your transcript and at the AAMC. This could add to a little bit of time in terms of how long it takes to get you verified. Now, I don't want you to worry too much about that. Remember, everybody else is in the same boat, so that if yours is taking a little bit longer, so is everybody else's. In the meantime, while your application is getting verified by the AAMC, you are finishing up your MCAT prep. You are taking those practice tests and you're getting 2 or 3 points above where you hope to get on that test day. You're well prepared. You're well rested. You go to take your test. And then we know that taking that MCAT is also going to take 30 days to get your score back. So what the goal is then is that your application is verified and ready to go to be reviewed by medical schools by the time your MCAT score is added. And now that you have your MCAT score, you have all of the data that you need to know whether or not you're truly competitive in this current cycle. You may decide getting that MCAT score that you didn't hit what you wanted to hit. You know you need a retake, and it makes more sense, given all of the confusion right now, to put your application off next year and give yourself time to adequately prepare and retake that MCAT. If you're happy with your score, once that score has been added to your AMCAS primary application, you can go ahead and add schools that you're really interested in applying to. This way, you only spend the money to apply once you have your score and you know if your realistic application. And if your score is not what you want, you haven't applied to schools you care about, so that come next year, when you do have to apply with a competitive score, when a school asks, have you ever applied to this institution before, you can say no, rather than having to say yes, because you won't have applied before. It's in this way, through applying blind properly to one school you don't care about, that you can get verified in a timely manner, avoid spending money if you're not really a competitive applicant this cycle, but also be ahead in the queue if you are happy with that MCAT score once it comes back. Please know that academic advisors in the Pre-Med and Health Science Center are here to help you as you navigate this cycle. We're all learning a lot about how this works in a pandemic year together, and we are going to do our best to get you accurate and timely information. Please use advisingworks.wayne.edu if you decide to schedule a remote one-on-one advising appointment. Thanks so much for taking the time to listen to this FAQ today. I'm Laura. I look forward to seeing you all in person. Miss your smiling faces on campus. Please follow us on Instagram at WSU Pre-Health. Stay safe.